In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Maxx Groovy blade holder. First of all, take your blade and you'll notice that there's a little cap on the end. The cap is protecting the blade itself. The blades are very sharp, very fragile, and be very careful with them because you can chip them if you inadvertently drop it onto a hard surface or bump into a hard surface. So gently remove the cap, and then again you'll see the very sharp end of the blade. And notice, the difference between it and the other end, because you want to make sure when you insert it into the blade holder, you're inserting not the sharp end. Okay. Now then, on the top of the blade holder, you're going to see a little pin or a button. You're going to hold that in with your index finger anytime you're loading or unloading the blade. Now then, once you have that pin held down, insert again the non-sharp end of the blade into the hole at the bottom of the blade holder. And then you're going to just, you may have to wiggle a little bit or rotate a little bit until you feel it start to slide up into the blade holder. But eventually you're going to feel the magnet that's up inside the blade holder grab hold of that blade. It actually will just kind of grab it. At this point you can let go of the pin or the button, and you'll notice that the blade will retract up into the blade holder. When you push it down, the pin down, you should see the blade come out, or then when you let go, it'll retract. Now if you need to remove the blade, you would push the pin in and then grab the blade with your fingers and pull it out. Okay? So again, hold it in, slide the blade in, let go. Now then, the next step is to set the blade exposure to what you need to cut through the material. It's very important to get that length just right, or the exposure. Now then, to modify that, first of all, unscrew both the brass ring and then also the top. So just turn those counterclockwise to loosen them. And in particular, you want to loosen this ring enough so that you have freedom to turn this top part. Okay? Now then, turning it clockwise, turning this silver part clockwise will expose more blade from the bottom of the blade holder. Turning it counterclockwise will retract the blade up into the blade holder. So what you want to do is take the material that you're going to be cutting. I have a sheet of cardstock here, and I'm going to hold it up and check to see how much blade is exposed. And what I want is I want just enough to cut it, so I need a little bit more. So I'm going to turn this clockwise to expose more blade and then hold it up. And I go, nope, that's too much. I can see that there's too much blade there because it goes beyond the cardstock. So again, I turn it counterclockwise to retract it. And then I hold it up and I go, that's just about, maybe just a little bit more. And then once I have it where I feel like it's just the right amount, then I'm going to turn only the brass ring. I'm going to turn it clockwise. Oops, I'm getting a little too much. Just the brass ring until it's nice and tight against the smooth part of the blade holder. And once that's nice and tight, now I have my blade ready to test on the machine itself.